Ladies and gentlemen, what it do? I'm your host, Young, Bold, Easy. I would like to welcome you to the show, man. You've been tuned in, or I should say you are now tuned in to the Knicks vibes. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being here. I want to start off the show by saying rest in peace to Kobe, Gigi Bryant, and the other family members. And well, not family members of Kobe and Gigi, but and the other people that were with them headed to the game. On that helicopter that day. It's been 3 years since the day. I feel like time is flying by. So just wanted to send love to Kobe, Gigi. I know everybody's doing that today, and rightfully so, man. This is somebody that was a huge legend in the game. Being real, man, I couldn't stand this dude. He was just always killing everybody that I was rooting for, man. And it wasn't until I really, really grew up and understood the type of work that goes into, certain crafts and um, that I understood why this guy is that good and he was just that different. The Mamba mentality speaks for itself. To an obsession that you gotta have. It's more than just grinding. It's just a next level commitment. And Kobe was maybe the best in our in the game that we've ever seen, as far as having all those tools to bring to the game and supply the fans with greatness year after year, man, and even finishing off his last game with 60. So, and Gigi was on her way to being a great player, man. Everybody assumed she was going to be WNBA. It's tough, man. 3 years to the day. So I just want to give my shout outs to Kobe uh, and Gigi's family and, to the rest of the people that were on the plane with them as well and their families. And we're going to get right into the show. Ladies and gentlemen, like, comment, subscribe, share with your peoples. I'm going to try to get more upbeat with this, but every time I get back to thinking about the Kobe thing, it's pretty tough. But we had a game today against the Boston Celtics. We're able to win that game. This is the first loss that the Boston Celtics has taken to any division opponent this season. They were 6-0 prior to today. And ladies and gentlemen, the New York Knicks held it down. 120, 117, pulling up to the artificial garden. You know what I'm saying? The TD garden. And handling business, man. And you had two of Kobe's proteges on the floor, man. You had Julius Randle, who actually played with Kobe, and you had Jason Tatum. Even had the band on today, like repping Kobe, and that's somebody who Kobe had under the wing. So you had a couple dudes that took the court today that got a great love for Kobe and were actually proteges of Kobe. So it was great to see these dudes put on a show on national television, man, and they gave them a game. There's a game going on now with Dallas and Phoenix, and I'm not sure if they're gonna be able to back that one up, man. Especially Luka Doncic just went down, but I don't want to get too off track, man. I'm just trying to say this was a very, very entertaining game. We're gonna jump into the stats, ladies and gentlemen. For the Knicks, R.J. Barrett, 19 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. 2 and 14 for Jericho Sims, man. Gave us some really, really great minutes, man. This was a game that went into overtime. Jericho Sims got 36 minutes and gave us some great play, man. Some great offensive rebounds, man. Mitch is somebody who's getting the respect all around the league as far as the best offensive rebounder in the league, and Jericho Sims, I'm not gonna say it's not too far behind him, but it's definitely, uh, following that trend. I'm not saying he's gonna be one of the best offensive rebounders, but it's just something that this team got when it comes to these bigs. We can recover the ball and get our team a second chance um, at getting a bucket. So that's always good. Always good. All right. So Jalen Brunson, 29, 4 and 7 in 40 minutes. Be mindful that this game also went into overtime, like I said before. 17, 1 and 5 for my man, Emmanuel Quickly. And that's pretty much the end of the sexy stats for the Knicks. Let's go into the Celtics, man. 35, 14 and 4 for Jason Tatum, man. 22, 9 and 2. I was gonna say something, but I'm just gonna finish with these stats. 22, 9 and 2, man, and for Jaylen Brown. Poop his pants. I want to thank him for pooping his pants. You know what I'm saying? Missed 2 free throws, which pretty much helped us seal the game. Hey, listen, thank you. We are truly, truly grateful for your services. I'm very, very happy about that. That's another player I do respect, but hey, listen, when you're going against the Knicks, I don't know you. 15, 3 and 4 for Derek White. Malcolm Brogdon, 10, 6 and 6. And that's pretty much the end of the sexy stats on their side also. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it. You already know what it is. Easy star of the show. Julius, you're going to have to guard me, Randall. All right? 37 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 13 for 25 from the field, shooting 52%, 5 for 13 from the three-point line. A lot of shots taken from the outside, but I would say if anybody was complaining, it was maximum 2 out of those 13. All of them was warranted. Listen, this dude been playing next-level basketball. Ain't nobody complaining about the type of shots he's taking because he's been hitting and leading us in ridiculous fashion. And today, these guys got out with a 15-point lead first quarter, man. Jumped on us through the first punch. Was hitting 3 after 3. I believe at a certain point, they were like 5 for 6 or something like that. You had to, think that they would slow down. They wouldn't be hitting it. Although they did hit 27 threes against us the first game or something like that. Something ridiculous. But you have enough faith in this defense that we could slow that down. And at least me, I had that confidence that they would definitely slow the game down and we would start to cut into that lead. But once we started cutting into that lead, Julius Randle just erupted, had 14 points in that first quarter. Came through and had a big third quarter also. He's just been carrying this team, man. And Jalen Brunson's been helping him out. R.J. Barrett hit a big shot today. We got beautiful minutes, man, like from everyone. But this is about to start the show right now. This dude, we said it countless times. I've said it. Multiple other guys on their show said it. People such as TNT broadcasters saying it, ESPN. It don't matter where you are listening to. The Knicks come up. Everybody is saying Julius Randle deserves to be an all-star along with Jalen Brunson because these dudes have been carrying us. And Julius Randle specifically, man, I'm going to say, listen, I'm at the point now that we a little bit past halfway of the season, and it don't matter what he do. He is solidified as, I'm not gonna put him there with the Patrick Ewings and Spreewells, but this dude is one of the best Knicks that has ever touched the floor. At least me, since I've been a Knicks fan, he's easily been one of the best Knicks that's ever touched the floor. And it doesn't matter. And that's somebody that's coming from somebody who is very, very critical of him and not even sure if we can do the long-term game with him right now. But at the same time, my mind's been changing about that. This dude has been balling out, and I don't care what he does the rest of the time that he has a New York Knicks jersey on. He has my respect. He's in such a great headspace, and he's just balling out, man. He's balling, man. You shooting over 50% against a championship quality team. This team was getting ready to cut the lead down. They literally constricted us. It was a 21-4 run in like the it was crazy. You see the type of defense that they played against the Nets in that I believe first round last year, and it literally showed up with the last 3 minutes of the fourth quarter. They just tightened up and clamped down, and even took it to a certain point into overtime until Julius Randle was able to knock down a big shot and open the game back up for us. And RJ came through with a big shot, and we were able to just seal the deal, man. Especially after my man Jaylen Brown pooped his pants. But ladies and gentlemen, easy star of the show, man. Julius, you gonna have to guard me, Randle. You know what I'm saying? Don't put that hand down. That man is rising up. He's shooting. He's knocking these things down. All right, you better guard up. All right, star of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take it into the next segment, the takeaways. Back to back. I know you're looking at this. I know you're looking at the takeaway thing, man, and looking like a music catalog right now. But I promise, it's just stick with me here. All right. First off, is back to back. Tight games going down to the wire, man. We had Cleveland, and that went down to a game-winning block pretty much on Donovan Mitchell, and I hope he's healthy because he finished the game, aggravated that hamstring that took him out for 3 games prior to us playing them last game. And this game, Jericho Sims comes through with a game-saving block to bring us into overtime. And I'm glad we were able to seal it within that first overtime because I don't think we wanted that smoke going into the second one. And it was kind of looking that way. Julius Randle had 5 fouls up to a certain point, but it's back-to-back down-the-wire games that we were able to seal. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have so much luck with that. There's many games. There was even a certain stretch of games with like the Portland game, and I'm not remembering the other teams, but we weren't able to seal these deals. And recently we've done that against 2 quality teams that are in the top 5. So anytime you got that, this is something to be proud of. All right, ladies and gentlemen, next one we're gonna go into hunger for more. All right, seeing as we repping New York Knicks, I know we got some Lloyd Banks fans in the building. Hunger for more, man. I feel like going against a team like this and they have such a championship caliber to them, and being able to compete. One thing that I like about us when it comes to facing the Bucks, and I stated the 2 teams that really intimidate me are the Nets and the Sixers because they have 2 dynamic stars. Boston has that too, but we match up with them much better, and I feel like we match up with the Bucks very well also. So that's something that I very much like, especially approaching the playoffs, and it looks like we could be a solid playoff team. As of now, we've been consistent pretty much in that 6th seed. We're at 7th right now. I'm not sure how it's going to change after tonight, but we pretty much in that 6th, 7th run. But I feel like the way this team is pushing is we not just trying to show up for a first round. You know what I'm saying? Just a couple of games or something like that. I feel like we trying to push for a little more and actually compete and make a run, second round and things like that, and actually compete there and not get swept in the second round. I feel like we could actually compete even in the second round. So I don't want to get too far, but I just feel like the hunger that the team is playing with right now, that's the type of vibe I'm getting. We just not here to be playing some average basketball. We actually competing with the best of the best. And that's a good sign for New York Knicks fans. No matter what the record is looking like, This is something that we're not accustomed to in the past 2 decades. All right. So soak it in. Next up, from now on, this is in my greatest Will Smith impression. From now on, that's how you coach. Obi Toppin was able to play 10 minutes in the first half today. I think that's probably the most I've seen him get as a bench player. Starting, obviously, he's played big minutes. Obviously, you're a starter. Uh, and that was to end the season last year. But 10 minutes this year, he finished this game. He finished off with 16 minutes, and then Julius Randle was able to pick it up, but he had to play the overtime minutes. And overtime, you expect the starters to stay in because this is every possession counts. But if this game was able to end in 4 quarters, the minute disparity would have been very, very well. This is something I speak on very often, but it's usually the negative. And today it's a positive because the way uh, Tibbs coached this game was phenomenal to me. I don't see any way he could have did much better. We had a lot of chips in from the bench guys, and it was just a beautiful setup because they have a good amount of depth too. They're all right. Like, they got the Derek Whites and is it Hauser and uh, Malcolm Brogdon sometimes is mixed in with that second unit. Uh, you got Grant Williams. So they got a whole lot of ways to mix and match. And this team, got a solid 8 to 9 players. And we were able to keep up with them throughout the whole game and keep it consistent. So that was a great sign. So Tibbs, from now on, man, that's how you coach, especially heading towards these latter months of the season. I think that's very, very important. All right. I'm going to take it back to the main screen with this one, but ladies and gentlemen, you see the last takeaway is deadline approaching. We've had a health issue, and it was to the point where the only 2 people that was really, really providing on our bench was Emmanuel Quickly and a little chip in from Isaiah Hartenstein. Isaiah Hartenstein has taken a lot of criticism from Knicks fans all around, including myself, because it just seems subpar. But now that guys are a little more healthy, I feel like it when everybody else is healthy and playing good basketball, it it kind of hides the flaws that Isaiah Hartenstein has. It just looks okay now. You're not really complaining. He had a good game today. 4 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, all around game, man. He was 1 for 1 in 17 minutes, and was able to knock down 2 free throws as well. So, and you got Quickly with 17 points. Obi Toppin had 5 points. Uh, McBride played some phenomenal defense, man. Was causing turnovers, man. I could think of maybe 2 to 3 turnovers at the top of my head that he was causing these guys, and to make, and that's the kind of havoc we need defensively. So I just feel like with the deadline approaching, we just need one more solid player that is a 3 and D to make this bench unit be what it has been pretty much for the last, I want to say, 2 years. As last year, we were one of the best benches. To start the season, we were one of the best benches up until there was a lot of turmoil and Fournier started going to the bench and Derrick Rose was losing minutes and Cam Reddish, you know, it was just too much turbulence going on. And now I just feel like if we just get a 3 and D in here, there's been lots of talk of guys like OG and do you give up 3 first-round picks for that, or Gary Trent, or I like a Cam Johnson. I would love to have Cam Johnson on this squad. That would be phenomenal for me. I would listen. Like, what do you need? What do you need? Like, I'll send a first-round pick over there for Cam Johnson. Quickness, because that's the type of player that we need coming off the bench. He could even start, but it's like that's the type of dude you need coming off the bench with this unit to make them mesh more, because we're definitely going to need the bench unit because these minutes coming down the latter half of the season, disparity is going to be very, very important. And I say that all the time, but with the deadline approaching, it's twice as important because we need to figure it out. We have a solid three on the team, and he doesn't get any minutes. Cam Reddish is the only legit wing on this team that has the legitimate height of a small forward and doesn't get no burn. And only God can tell you why. So I hope we make a move. It's been pretty silent on our end. To be honest, I feel like it's been silent all around the NBA, but for some reason, everybody likes to wait until the last week and then all these deals go through all of a sudden. Why is this so important? We're going to go into the screen share and show the schedule. All right, so my concern is not necessarily February. My concern is the month of March. The month of March is a make or break for us as far as this season goes. They try to line us with this schedule. So I'm gonna go quickly because now we got Brooklyn Nets next. We got the Lakers. That's a game that we should be able to win. We got Miami, and then Clippers. So tough games. Let's see how we compete. We got the Sixers twice within a week, and then you got between that you got the Orlando Magic. You got the Utah Jazz. I believe we had a good game against them the first time, and then you got the Brooklyn Nets again. So after you play the Hawks, you got the All-Star break, pretty much a week and a half off, and then you come back and start playing basketball again. This is the end of February. You got the Wizards, New Orleans, Celtics, and then the Nets. But the Nets is the first game of March. Now, the month of March is critical. We're starting off with Brooklyn. We got Miami, Boston, Charlotte Hornets, the Kings, Clippers, Lakers, Trailblazers, Denver Nuggets, Minnesota Timberwolves, Miami Heat, Orlando Magic, Houston Rockets, Miami, and then ending it off with Cleveland Cavaliers. So I would say the majority of these teams are playoff caliber. The only ones that you don't take seriously playoff caliber wise is the Charlotte Hornets. LA Lakers is somebody who could flirt with the playoffs. Timberwolves are definitely in the playing spot right now. You got the Magic, but they play tough against everybody. And then you got the Houston Rockets. That's probably like the one game, but you can't slip up with them either. These dudes are really, really energetic. So the month of March is make or break. It can easily finish the season for us. Very, very easily. And that's why I feel like we need to figure out a way to complete this right now. Whoever's coming in with this team, get it to mesh. We have a solid starting five. And then you got your solid bench back. And then we push forward for the rest of the season and make this playoff push. Now, the bad thing is we're kind of in no man's land. Nobody really sees us winning the NBA championship right now. We're a very, very competitive team, but nobody sees us in that realm just yet. So we're not in position to win the championship, nor are we in a position to get a lottery pick as far as draft goes because we're playing good basketball. So that's the negative here. You know what I'm saying? And where do you go and how do you maneuver from here? Listen, a part of me, I ain't even going to hold you, been thinking about maybe Julius Randle got to stay and RJ Barrett is the one that's going. Make that trade for like a Devin Booker because I feel like Phoenix should be blowing it up. They're not winning it this year. And get like a Jalen Brunson, Devin Booker, and Julius Randle thing going on out here. So That's just an idea. You know what I mean? I'm a huge RJ fan, but listen, it's time to take this thing to the next level. It's really time to take this thing to the next level, and I don't see the point in necessarily trading Julius Randle right now. There's been some good deals been thrown out there, but when you're talking about going to the next level, he's looking much better in a Knicks jersey than giving him up as of right now. All right, so I really thought that I was going to be exceeding the 30-minute mark, but I feel like I gave y'all around some good time, and you know what I'm saying, hit you with some gems. But that's my take on today's game, man, and slight pieces of the future. The month of March, man, is very, very critical. That's something that I can't wait to see. February is very, very short, obviously, literal terms and then in basketball terms. That's when the All Star thing is going on. But we're coming down the wire now, and every game is important. We just got out of the safe sixth seed, but I think we could get it back. No man's land. Where do we go from here? What's going on with the deadline? So many questions, and I can't wait to get the answers. Next up, Brooklyn Nets. Uh, early, I don't know, what do you call that? It's like 5:30 p.m. that game is going on, so it's just weird timing. But I'll be here to give you my spiel after that game. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in, man. You've been watching the Knicks vibes, man. I am your host, Young, Bo, Easy. You already know how we rocking on this side, ladies and gentlemen. Love, gratitude, positive attitude. RP Kobe, GG, and shout out to the rest of the families that lost the people that was on the plane with them. Um, Respectfully, although I don't have their names, but yeah, man, that's my show for today. I'll catch you on the next one.